Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Action Movie Makers Training. This is another episode of Stunt Fight TV Live. I haven't done a live in a while, but yes, I'm back to to give you guys some more stuff on stunt fighting and give you guys as much information as I can to help you out in you guys fighting as well as you can as actors or stunt performers for camera. So, about for those of you who don't know me, my name is Philippe Deseck, and I've been a stunt performer for just about over 20 years, and I'm currently an assistant stunt coordinator and stunt actor. So I performed on quite a few films. We did a lot of mainly a lot of action stuff, so a lot of fight stuff. I did also a bit of camera work, choreography, editing, etc., etc. So about 4 or 5 months ago, a student of mine, an actor student of mine, who I taught at the New York Film Academy, approached me, and she said, "No, do you mind helping me out? I'm learning to be an action actor, so I want to do my own action. And can we put something together?" So I said, "Yeah, fine, no problem." So we got together and we discussed what we wanted to do. So we rehearsed the scene, but before that, I took her through the basics again because it's been a while since she had some stunt fight training. So I took her through the basics again and basically took her through the principles, the drills, and then we put choreography together, and then we went out on set somewhere in Brisbane and we filmed it. So what I'd like to show you is part of the drills that we did. Because I'm really big on drills. Drills is what kind of really puts your skills up a notch in the sense that, you know, when you got to do some fast action stuff, it really helps your brain cope with working left to right, right to left, and working with rhythm and timing because stunt fighting is all about rhythm and timing and choreography. So I'll quickly show you what we put together. There you go. So this is just doing a bit of a drill training. So for the first one, we did choreography drills, what we call ones. So it's punch and tap, punch and tap. And what we do is that when one person does it, after a couple of sets, then the other person, we stop, and then the other person continues. So this helps you to work the left and the right brain. And even though we're doing the same thing, you know, it really feels different. So in this second drill, we are doing fives. So it's 5 taps, 5 hits, 5 taps, then 4 hits, 4 taps, 3 hits, 3 taps, etc., until we get to the ones. Now, when we get to the ones, we swap back to what we first originally did with the ones. So doing a swap in choreography is really, really helpful for getting the brain used to doing various choreographies and switching from one thing to the next. As you can see, SKYE is doing a really, really great job. And we're going really pretty fast, you know. And usually find that, because SKYE is a dancer as well, so usually find as well that dancers usually have a better sense of choreography and timing, which is great. There we go. Here's the set again. So these are the fives. Then once you've done one cycle, then the other person starts the cycle. So one person starts, and then when you've done one, the other person starts. And again, you know, it's from left to right, right to left. So it really helps to kind of work the brain, getting used to not being stuck in patterns. So that's the main goal for doing all these kind of drills. So for our next drill, we're going to go left, right hook, right, left hook. Now, doing hooks can be really daunting for a lot of people because they're always afraid that you're going to hit them on the head, you know. So, but it's all about having that trust between each other, and trust between opponents is very, very, very important, especially with actors. So, if you have their trust for 100%, they can perform at 100%, and vice versa. You know, if they can trust you 100%, then they can perform at 100%. There you go. And it's all about ducking and going underneath that hip. So what we're actually doing is not actually aiming for the head, but we're aiming more for the back. Then once you find that rhythm, you can increase the pace and go a lot faster. There you go. Excellent, cool. So great job, Sky, because they're not easy to do, especially when you start using that energy and that force. It gets quite daunting, but Sky did a great job. So for our next set,
like so hard on myself. All done. I'm like, I want to like get everything.
So for our next set, we did put a little choreography together, and it's a 7-step choreography. So one person does the 7 moves, and then when you've done that, then the other person does exactly the same moves. So we're actually doing, instead of 7 moves, we're doing actually 14 moves. And it gets quite confusing, and it just takes a little while to get your brain around it.
As soon as I do the move and then like, I don't know what the next one is.
But once you get that rhythm and timing, there's a really, really good flow. So in actual fact, we're only learning 7 steps, but because we're repeating it with the other person, it looks like we're doing 14 steps. And the steps flow really nicely together.
I think it's like I can only do 1 step.
So these steps are designed so it flows nicely from one person to the next. There you go. Once you feel more comfortable, so just to start with, it really slow until you get the choreography in your brain and in your body, because your body has a memory as well. And then once you feel comfortable, you just kind of increase the pace.
Still leaning back.
Yeah.
But it's always really important to keep focused. I mean, keeping focused on your opponent, keeping your eyes peeled on the opponent, because if they miss a punch, you don't want to punch them by accident, and you definitely don't want to punch an actor by accident. That's a big no-no.
I can see in the face.
I know. I tell
Excellent.
You, after 1
Cool.
step, just like, go.
So this is just to give you a bit of a taste of drills that we did. If you have any questions, please let me know. My website is scrolling down there. You can take note of my website. You can always add a comment in the post, and I'll be happy to help you with any questions you have or any queries that you have in respect to stunt fighting, in respect to doing your own action on set. Now, for my next tutorial, what I'll show you is that SKYE and I put a choreography together. So we rehearsed the choreography, and yeah, I mean, we rehearsed for quite a while. I mean, I'm a huge believer in rehearsing as much as you can and being comfortable, because the better you rehearse, the more you rehearse, the better outcome you have on the day, because then there is no second guessing. So everything is really set out. And then usually what I do is that once you rehearse the choreography really, really well together, then we get the camera crew in and we get them to see the rehearsals and film in the angles that we have designed. So it's a big process, but the end result usually is amazing if you go through all these steps. Excellent, fantastic. So thank you very, very much for listening and being part. And again, like I said, if you have any questions, please let me know, and I'll be more than happy to help you to the best I can. Excellent. So have a great Easter. It is Easter Sunday today. And keep training, keep doing what you do, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Thank you and goodbye.